Hey everyone, welcome in. UK housing, right? We're diving deep today.
Deep dive.
From those like storybook cottages
Oh, yeah.
to those new flats you're seeing everywhere. But
Yeah.
we get here.
It's wild, right? Centuries of changes, surprises all over the place. It's people's lives, you know?
Exactly. Not just buildings. So we're going way back.
Buckle up.
Medieval England. Think timber houses, fires for heat.
Basic, no regulations back then, just like build and hope for the best.
Can you imagine? Then boom,
Oh.
1700s, the Georgian era,
Ooh, fancy.
town planning, terraces pop up, rows of houses all in a line.
Starting to look familiar, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
But hold on, things get really wild in the 1800s, the Victorian era.
Population explosion, everyone needs a house and fat.
And thus, the iconic brick terraces were born. So many British cities, that's their look. It's amazing, this huge growth. It's what gave us building societies.
Revolutionized things. Normal people, they could get loans, buy their own place. Before that, mortgages, scandalous.
No way. I never knew that. So it wasn't just building, it was changing how people got into a house.
Yeah.
But all this growth, not all rosy, was it?
Sadly, no. Slums popped up, packed with people, no sanitation.
Yeah, it's rough. And a good reminder that good housing, it's not a luxury.
It's vital. Impacts health, the whole society.
Right. Okay, let's jump ahead. Between the World Wars, 1919 to 39, housing in the UK, massive changes.
Huge. The U.S., construction stalled, but the U.K., booming. That's when private renting went down and council housing took off, big time.
Council housing. What was the idea there?
Affordable, good quality homes built by local councils for working families. The Tudor-Walters Report, 1918, really shaped this.
A whole report just for housing. Tell me more.
Big deal. This MP, Tudor-Walters, wanted well-designed homes, less crowded, short terraces, gardens, imagine that, indoor toilets, shared laundry facilities.
Wow. Changing how people lived? That must be connected to the Homes Fit for Heroes push after World War I.
Absolutely. Better housing for soldiers. The public demanded it.
It's incredible how these events, shaped everything, not just houses, but the UK itself.
Oh, totally. And homeownership, it became a real goal for people, not some far-off dream.
Yeah, you mentioned that shift. Council housing, did that change how people felt about owning a home?
It did. They saw good quality, affordable, and thought, hey, I want that permanently. The stigma around mortgages, it faded.
Wow, that's a big deal. Wasn't there a huge project that really showed this whole council housing thing?
Bee Country, massive estate outside London. Over 100,000 people live there at its peak. Shows you the ambition of it all.
That's mind-blowing. Not just houses, but whole communities. But like anything big, there's always challenges later on.
You got it. And the post-war era, well, that's when things got really interesting. But we'll get into that next time.
Okay, so from timber to terraces, then those huge council estates.
Yeah.
Each era, kind of building on the last one, right?
It's amazing. And after World War II, same old problem pops up again. Housing shortage.
Right. Like they built and built, but it was never enough. Why was housing such a struggle in the UK? It's like a constant thing.
It's complicated, but more people means needing more homes. After the war, boom. Destroyed houses, plus everyone having babies.
So not just enough homes, but the right kind of homes for families who need them. And I bet affordability became a big issue again, too.
Definitely. Especially in cities, prices went up and up. Owning a home, that dream felt impossible for lots of people, especially young people.
We talked about that shift to home ownership, with council housing helping it along.
Mm-hmm.
But then Thatcher's right to buy in the 80s, that shook things up, didn't it? People could buy their council homes.
Huge impact. It helped lots of people get on the property ladder, true, but less social housing available afterwards. Tougher for those who relied on it.
Wow, so one policy meant to help kind of had a downside, too. It's never simple, is it? And it wasn't just the number of homes, but how good they were, too, right?
Absolutely. The UK's got it all, from those old, beautiful places to brand new builds, but quality, energy efficiency, that varies a lot.
Yeah, like a Victorian terrace. Super cute, but I bet they weren't thinking about central heating back then.
Exactly. Keeping those old homes in good shape, it's pricey. Insulation, modern stuff, big expense, especially now, with everyone trying to be eco-friendly.
Trying to preserve the past, but also be ready for the future. Tough balance. So speaking of the future, what's the answer to all these housing problems?
$1 million question. It's complicated, lots of factors, but one thing's for sure. We need more homes, full stop.
Sounds familiar. History repeating itself, right?
Yeah.
But just building more isn't enough, is it? Got to be smarter than that.
You got it. Smarter, not just more. Quality, affordability, sustainability, all of it. New designs, eco-friendly materials, and communities that actually work for people. Smarter building, huh? So not just throwing up houses left and right, but creating places that people actually want to live in for the long haul. What's that look like, practically speaking?
Okay, so picture this. Lots of different housing options, right? For different people, different budgets. First-time buyers, they need something affordable. Families, they need space, good schools nearby. Older folks, maybe flats that are easier to manage. Meeting everyone's needs.
It's true. We've been so busy just trying to have enough roofs over heads that we forget people need different things from their homes. And yeah, people are living longer, families look different now. It's got to change.
Absolutely. And location matters too.
Yeah.
Can't just stick a house anywhere. Transport links, jobs, green spaces, shops, those things make a community. It's about more than just the building itself. Totally. It's like those urban renewal projects, right? Taking old industrial areas, turning them into places people want to be.
Exactly. Thinking outside the box with what we've already got. Speaking of which, remember all those empty homes? That's a puzzle too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Crazy, isn't it? Empty houses just sitting there when so many need a place. What can you even do about that?
It's tough. Sometimes it's money, giving people incentives to fix them up, or cutting through all the red tape and regulations. Got to make it easier to bring those homes back to life.
It all comes down to working together, finding solutions, right? Just like we've seen throughout UK housing history. From timber in the medieval times to those massive estates, always adapting. So, if our listener takes away just one thing from all this, what would you want it to be?
That housing, it's not just about bricks and mortar, you know? It's a reflection of us, our hopes, what we value as a society. By looking back at how we got here, we can make smarter choices for the future. A future where everyone has a decent, affordable place to call home.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So there we have it, a deep dive into UK housing, ups and downs, surprises, challenges that just keep coming back. One thing's for sure, the story isn't over. We got to keep talking, keep figuring it out as things change. Thanks for joining us.